speak email list to go around also. And another way that I know you said that TAs have to share classes. I just found out this week that smaller departments they're calling these pods. So like there's an economic pod. Smaller departments are having to take on work from the larger departments because they're having a hard time because of budget cuts. That thing's kind of messed up because like we got cut first, and then now they're putting extra work on us now that everybody else is being cut. But anyways, so I'm glad you guys are here today. I see some old faces and I see some new faces. That makes me really happy. I'm going to talk to you folks a little bit about the privatization of our education, not just higher education, but public education. First before I get started, I want to thank Amy Price and the Progressive Collective. Because we're not a registered student organization, we have to put other people's names on our flyers, and Progressive Collective was kind enough to let us do that. Did you want to talk about 2 minutes? Progressive Collective?
Sure. So last year we were a 3-member organization. I go to the LBJ School of Public Affairs. It's a master's program. Now we've got 6 members, so that's super exciting. But I guess the mission of the club historically has been to engage LBJ students in progressive issues. And we're kind of starting to branch out a little bit more to try and actually work with actual things that are going on at the school. And so we actually had a meeting earlier today, and we're interested in getting involved with what y'all are doing here to help out in whatever way we can on the policy side, especially, because that's what we're good at. So.
All right, glad to hear. Okay. Our education is under attack. Growing up, we were sold this idea that if we work hard, keep our nose to the grindstone, take out the student loans, do everything that you can to get the degree, you're going to come out with this piece of paper that's supposed to open up all these doors for us, give us all these opportunities. The unfortunate reality is that those opportunities don't exist anymore. In Texas, unemployment is at 8.4%, which is the highest it's been in decades. Tuition has quadrupled over the past 20 years. And while all this is happening, at the same time, Kerry is going around saying that Texas has created the most jobs in the country. What he won't tell you is that most of those jobs are in the service sector, where wages are low and benefits are few. Now, despite all this, we're still forced to go through this system where we have to go into massive debt, and at the end awaits this dismal future for us. While this is happening, our Texas legislature is using the global economic crisis as an excuse to cut public education and human health services. Now, if you don't know, higher education was cut by 9% this last session, and UT was cut by 92 million. And our administrators are just going along and playing right into this, continuing to cut our education, and a lot of times we don't have a say into where those cuts are going to. And and what they should be doing is taking an active stance against the legislature, telling them, stop cutting us. But I don't really hear that from President Powers and the rest of our administrators. When they went to the Senate Finance Committee in February, all of them were saying, we cut this much, we cut that much, but nobody was saying, please stop cutting us, we actually need more money, this is killing us. Amidst all these cuts, there's higher education reformers sneaking in they're sneaking into our systems, trying to push an agenda, and they're able to sneak in under the guise of efficiency. One example that I can give you is this is kind of an angle that's going on in public education, but it's going to happen to us. You have charter schools that get paid for by public funds, and these charter schools offer online courses, which is real popular for homeschool kids. They get like this so-called public school education while they're at home. But the thing is, these charter schools, they contract the entire operation out to some other company that might not even be in the state. So you got kids that are that are being taught by teachers who probably aren't even certified. They're trying to bring that model to higher education, to just turn universities into like these virtual universities. The thing is that Greek people have realized we need to get an education, and they can use that as a profit-making venture. But something that used to serve the public good is now being used to exploit us. But I say that's not what education should be. Education is about discovering our passions and pursuing them. Education fulfills our curiosities. Education enriches us, not just economically, but culturally as well. Education helps us become full human beings and empowers us with the tools that we need to change society to a better one, the way we see fit. And I don't think that's something for only those who can afford it, that only those who can afford it should have. We all deserve to be empowered by education, every human being, because without an education, education is like the only way that we can emancipate ourselves from any kinds of forms of oppression or discrimination. So I want you guys to take away from this that these cuts are going to have long-term effects. I think, unfortunately, a lot of these politicians are maybe only focusing on the short term. And I think we deserve a lot better than that. And I think the most important thing that we can do here on campus is inform people and educate. Because if all 50 million of us students really understood the consequences of these cuts, we wouldn't be here right now. We would have been at the Capitol when we actually had a chance to make a difference in these cuts, when legislatures were still debating these cuts, but that's over. So one thing that we can do is pursue like an electoral strategy because elections are coming up. Maybe we just want to keep on informing people and building pressure so that way the next time they're over there, we can really pressure them to stop cutting us. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I say. I hope you guys get the consequences of this, and let's talk about, this is just my perspective. What do you guys think? I'm opening the floor up. Let's talk about it.